Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So I'm here today with my most favoritist tablet so far this year. I mean, it's the only new one this year, so it's easy win. The Tab S8. And it's pretty solid. I had the S7 this last year, or the last year and a half really. It came out in the fall of 2020. So we waited a long time. I took this tablet with me overseas, out of town, to Spain. I went to Mobile World Congress. For those of you who have not been following my annoying updates and posts on the community tab on the channel all the time, or don't follow me on Twitter, I went to Barcelona, Spain for Mobile World Congress for about a week, and I took this guy with me. I left my iPad Pro here. I left my iPad Mini here. This is the guy. And I made another video talking about how I think it's the perfect tablet. And this is a tablet man's tablet. This is not the, okay, I want to get rid of my laptop and I only want to use this giant sucker with a 14.6-inch screen. I did get an opportunity to see the Tab S8 Ultra and play with it a little bit while I was at Mobile World Congress at the Samsung booth. I think that tablet serves a really important role. I think it's the closest thing yet, and maybe, just maybe, not crazy when it comes to the size, because it very much perfectly emulates the size of a laptop, which is what people want it for. If you want something that very closely aligns with what your vision and idea of a laptop replacement is, well, it kind of has a laptop size screen. So I like what they've done there, and I've got another video to talk about that. Maybe they weren't crazy after all, and I'm going to have to get one eventually to show it off. But yeah, so the Tab S8, I like it. And I got this case actually pretty cheap. It's this like fake leather case. I'll share the link down in the description. I've been pretty happy with it. I mean, it worked out well. My case, my screen protector didn't show up in time, so I didn't have it to take with me. But this worked out great. The tablet itself, I very much enjoyed it. And the battery life performed a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Just for instance, just for this snapshot, it's got an 8,000 milliamp battery, which I think is pretty sizable, especially an LCD screen. 11-inch LCD screen, Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. I think it's pretty solid for $699. But for instance, I watched movies for 3.5 hours straight on the way back on one flight, just one leg of the flight, and it took about 25-30% battery for 3.5 hours of watching. So that's pretty good. Now, when you start getting into gaming and you start getting into other stuff that's more intensive, yeah, it can drain the battery more. But when it comes to an actual tablet like the Tab S8, as I talked about and opined in my last video, it's the perfect size tablet. And what I mean by that? Well, back when we first got tablets in the dark ages of 3.5-inch to 4-inch screens on cell phones, we got tablets. Why? Because everybody didn't want to sit around on their tiny screen with their poor battery life, and they wanted to be able to play games. They wanted to watch movies. They wanted to watch Netflix. They wanted to actually get some work done, and that's how we did it, with bigger tablets. Tablets that were replacements for using your phone. You put them on your bedside. You took them when you went on trips. You gave them to the kids to play when you go out to eat dinner. There is a place for these tablets. You're not really going to hand a 14.6-inch tablet to your kid when you go eat a nice meal so they can play with that and drop it on the floor. It's monstrous, right? So I very much enjoyed it. A lot of people are really concerned about the screen because it's an LCD. And I do echo some of that sentiment because I too was in your position when the Tab S7 came out. And I was like, oh, heck no. I'm not paying all that money for this expensive flagship tablet that only has an LCD. I believe I even made a rant video about it. And then I made one later after I bought it saying that I was wrong. And I have no problem saying that I'm wrong. I appreciate tech for what it is. There are sometimes misconceptions about products when they haven't got there yet, right? If you haven't had a chance to test them out. So I like the Tab S6 when it had the AMOLED. I like the idea of the Tab S7 Plus with the AMOLED. But I didn't want a Tab S7 Plus because it was big. It was way larger than I wanted. I just use a tablet like a normal tablet user. I don't do it for a laptop replacement. I don't do graphics design. I don't do anything crazy on it. I just want to play some games. I want to enjoy some entertainment, browse the internet, surf the news. Very simple things, but I want to have a big tablet to do it with, not just my phone. And yeah, that was a point of contention I had because they made the Tab S7 a premium level tablet, but they put an LCD in it. But I'm here to say, it's a nice looking LCD. I've used the Tab S7 extensively. I've used this one quite a bit since I got it, and it looks nice. You can turn the brightness up. The contrast ratio is there. The color saturation is very good. It's a very nice looking tablet, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you get one. If you're a complete tablet snob, don't waste your time because you're probably going to convince yourself you don't like it more than the reality of the actual tablet screen itself. I'm just trying to be honest here. I think that the screen is very, very good. And I don't think you're going to find any disappointment in it. 120 hertz refresh rate as well, Quad HD Plus. It's beautiful. It works well. I don't think you're going to have any problems. Now, if you're just so anti-LCD that you have to have an AMOLED, don't buy it. Spend the extra $200, get the fancy AMOLED in your Tab 8 Plus, and call it a day. You'll be happier, and I'll be happier because I won't have to hear it in the comment section. So I like it. I think it works well. I took it on multiple planes. I had it at the little hotel that I rented while I was there, and it worked out well. Battery life seems to be pretty solid. It works great on Wi-Fi, and it's a great experience for using it for entertainment, for just keeping up with your email, for playing some games, and you can get some work done too. I'm waiting for my actual keyboard to show up. I would have liked to have tested it out with DeX from the physical keyboard perspective, but you still have wireless DeX as well. You don't even need a keyboard. You can use it that way, and it's kind of neat. I like the idea of DeX, and it's grown on me more ever since it's come out. When it first came out, I'm like, okay, whatever. Why don't I just use a laptop, right? Because I don't view a tablet as a laptop replacement. But some people want to have that ability on the go, and that's great because all you have to do is plug in the actual Samsung keyboard, fires up DeX, and goes into it immediately. And if you don't know what DeX is, it's the desktop software. It's a desktop emulation where it basically makes your tablet run as if it were a laptop. It's not just the tablet mode for everything. So I like where they're going. I'm very happy with this tablet. I think that it's worked out well. At $699, look at what you can get for an actual laptop at $699. It's not a pretty picture. There's not a lot of great things. You can get some good ones, but by and large, if you look at Samsung, if you look at Microsoft, if you look at Apple, it's getting better, I think, but still, traditionally, if you were to go get a $699 Dell or an HP, it just wasn't a good story, right? So they've done some good things here. I like it. I think at $699, it's a good deal. I think it's a very solid tablet. And if you don't want an iPad and you like the idea that it comes with the S Pen, because the S Pen's the other part of the story here. You don't have to pay the extra $100 to get the Apple Pencil like you do with the iPad. This works completely all the time with the stylus features of the S Pen. It's not like on the iPad where you can't even swipe up from the home screen to go back home. It's just asinine to me what they do with that thing. They charge you so much money and then they don't really even implement it in a way that makes sense. So that's one reason why I will live and die by Android-based tablets. I like the functionality. I like One UI. I like the S Pen. I like the savings on the money. And it's a great device. So that's kind of an interim review I have here, my travel review, if you will. It works great and happy with it so far. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.